Saucer's pile. Well, Saucer, you have an incredible thing going on here.
Little Vista. Greenwood Furnace, 7 miles. Oh yeah. So Dave, gawking around, looking for where we need to go, just went ahead and tramped right in that puddle. Oh, let's get a good look at him. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's a beautiful section right through here.
All right, good morning everybody. It's about 7:15. Slept okay here in this super sketchy setup. Hopefully Dave slept okay down there in his tarp tent on the fairly decent incline, but temperature didn't get down too terribly cold last night. I only got chilled a couple times, but overall it wasn't bad at all. Much better than the night before, so that's good. So after last night's escapades, I think all things considered it was a pretty decent campsite for what we had to deal with. So I'm gonna get up, get breakfast, and then get moving down the trail and figure out what we're gonna do as far as camping tonight, since our previous plan kind of got boxed a little bit, because I think we didn't have like 9 miles or something to do today, which that's just not gonna probably be feasible. We'll want to do more than that, so we'll see what we end up with. So I'm gonna get some breakfast and try to get everything packed up, and we'll keep on moving. All right, before I get everything packed up, I wanted to show you guys a little bit what I had going on last night. So this is the side of Stone Mountain, and Dave ended up sleeping down here on this roadbed with his tarp tent, which was the best place we could find for him. Unfortunately, there were no trees and close enough to the road to actually string up across there, so I'd end up scampering up the side of the mountain and just have a heck of an arrangement. These trees are really too close together. The tarp is and hammock are both almost touching the trees on either side. Of course, there's no way to get stakes in, so I've got tie outs onto rocks and logs and around trees and everything else to make this work. I was actually surprised that it did sleep pretty comfortable last night, so that was definitely a plus. Very difficult getting in and out, but once I was in, it slept pretty good, so very fortunate that worked out for our quick setup last night, just to try to get some sleep. We're coming out to our first landmark of the day, the power line here that crosses Stone Mountain. There's where she comes across. See what kind of vista we can get out here. Not terrible. Not bad at all. The trail continues that way. Honestly, Stone Mountain has had a ton of water on it so far. I mean, just springs and stuff coming out of the mountain, making a lot of the trail really wet. I'd still say your safest bet is to fill up with what water you think you're going to need down the hard road before you start up Stone Mountain, just to be safe. Still in this bowl. Here's a better look at the boulders that are in this section. All covered in moss with the sun shining through. Prettiest section of trail we've seen today.
So yesterday, a little before lunch, right before we got to Valley Vista, I stepped on a rock under a leaf, caught kind of under my heel, and rolled my leg forward, foot forward. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. It didn't hurt. You know, we sat down, had lunch there, popped the shoe off, no swelling or anything. Rocked the rest of the day, didn't notice it. But when we got up this morning, you know, my ankle was a little stiff. And I thought, well, you know, that makes sense. We'll walk a little here and it'll probably loosen up. Well, that hasn't happened. It's actually gotten substantially worse. So I think what we're gonna do is we'd already had a very short day planned for today, and then obviously walked a few extra miles last night. So we're just gonna make it a real short day. There's supposed to be a stream there so I can get my foot in there and hopefully ice it down. And just basically take it easy. Keep on the schedule we already had, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll just be good to go and we can rip the last 17 miles.
Okay, we're coming out to the Game Lands road. And they got a sign here. So Thru Road, 3.1 miles. Greenwood Furnace State Park, 15. It's not bad.
No.
Not bad at all. Alright. Well, now we're going to do a little bit of road walking for a little while. I don't think Dave's going to be upset about that. So we're just reaching the next trail register. Not sure what it's called yet till we get up here, but worth mentioning, there is a great stream right here next to the trail register. So if you need to fill up, it's a good opportunity to do so. Alright, this is the Rocky Ridge trail register. There hasn't been anybody on this section since September. Huh, wild. Alright, we're going to sign in and keep on motoring. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to Thru Road. Here's the campsite. And water's 0.2 miles on down. And we're crossing Thru Road. Not a huge site, but at least it's developed. Primitive campsite. Fit a couple tents in here. Hammock action's a little slim, but you can make it work. Alright, on down to the road. We made it down to Thru Road, turn around. We'll cross Thru Road again in 2.1 miles. Alright. Keep on booking. Alright, so we just had lunch here next to the stream below Thru Road. Dave was doing a little nature medicine there on his swollen ankle. Soaking it in the stream. Hopefully reduce some of the inflammation. And got the sockless lunch going on. Letting everything dry out. So we're gonna, just got done eating. So we're gonna camel up with a couple liters of water here and keep on going till we find a good campsite. Coming out into this big boulder field. Oh, that's a really cool one. Let's see how skinny that one is. Huh. That was really neat.
flexible campsite.
Yeah. Didn't,
I mean, it's a decent place to camp, but it's literally right in the middle of the trail.
yeah, it isn't exactly legal. I guess you could camp up here. There's a pad right there. And that's it. Unless you camp right on the trail. As far as hammocking here, very limited. Might be able to make something work right back in there. There's a couple trees, but definitely not a campsite for a group. We got a wee little snake on the trail. He's a little fella. He is furious. Little guy. Alright. Don't mind us. We'll let you go. Alright, continuing to hike through these boulders. Notice there's this massive boulder that has somehow perched itself on this ledge. Almost looks like this tree's holding it up. On closer examination, the tree is not touching it at all. And obviously the rock was there way before the tree anyway. So this is that was a pretty wild formation there. Just somehow stuck right on that ledge. Huh.
Here we are right off the trail. We got another campsite right here underneath. Another couple of big boulder foundations. It's got some hammock opportunities. You get pretty close to the trail, but you could tent in here. It's not real wide across here, but it's pretty flat. So this would be alright camping up here. Just past that campsite, come to, I guess, the Three Sisters natural area. No camping here. It's got some boulders up here, right in the middle of a power line. This is the view right on the other side of that power line at the Three Sisters. It's always a little bit by lines running right over your head, but if you can get past that, you have a pretty nice view.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool section. A little bit of rock climbing, but not bad. There is a bypass to bypass this if you don't want to climb over all these rocks, but I would. It's pretty cool.
We've come back out to Thru Road. That area is also apparently called the Rocky Ridge Natural Area. And down here we have the start of Thru Road, or the end, the Thru turnaround, 2.1 miles. 10.5 back to 655. And right here, we're back on Thru Road. This sign right across Thru Road says that Conrad Springs is half a mile. I'll swing you down here. There is literally water right there, so I don't know what Conrad Springs is, but
there's water right there.
There's water there if you need it.
Take advantage of that.
And we also have over here Allensville Road, 1.5 miles, Greenwood Furnace, 10.5. So we've come to what's listed as a camp. Right up here, you can see the sign for it up there for the camping. I'm not going to go up there, but you know, it looks like it flattens out some. Hammock people could probably make something work out in here somewhere. But also on this sign is watermarked, seasonal and permanent. We're checking
Up the road here, looks like there's a cut where there might be a little water. If not, one of us is going to run back down the road, probably Caleb since his ankle isn't swollen, and fill up one of our knock bags, because I don't think we're going to have any water for a while. Looks like no one's going to have to go back. Right across the road here is a nice healthy little spring for this time of year. There was actually another one right before it, but this one's flowing a little better, so this is what we'll use. I wouldn't count on this if it's been dry though.
So we're still on the climb up here to the Hawk Watch and Willie's Window and those other vistas that are up here. Hasn't been too bad of a climb so far. Now we're getting into, as we get closer to the summit, we just got more and more rocks to deal with. So we're loaded up on water. This campsite tonight's going to be dry, and obviously we've learned our lesson from last night's escapades, so we want to have plenty of water. But definitely rocky here on Stone Mountain.
So, still climbing this hill. It's graded pretty nice. It's not the worst climb in the world, but it is pretty significant. It's real long. You can see off to the sides that there should be some fantastic vistas when we get up to the top. Which I'm hoping is the next couple of minutes. Yeah, we've been climbing a while. The ankle's feeling a lot better. You know, I've sprained both my ankles and broke a foot in the past so many times that sometimes they get inflamed all on their own. So it might not have had anything to do with that little roll I had yesterday. But at any rate, soaking it in the stream definitely helped. You know, it felt better right after doing that. It had already been feeling a little better, but that definitely put it over the top.
Still on this long, steady climb to get up here to the top. I think total elevation gain for this climb is about 1,000 feet. Oh, well, look at that. There's a nice vista. That's a nice reward. On the way up something like this. That's nice. That's really nice. And just like that, we're at the top. At least to Allensville Road. That's good. Glad we were able to make it up here in one push. All right. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna keep going. Free road, 1.5 miles back, like I said. Dave's a little bit behind me. That's okay. I'm just gonna come over here to this. Looks like a pull off. And I'll wait for Dave to join me, and we'll keep going. I think we're almost at the top. Greenwood Furnace up here on the sign. I see it says 9 miles, so that's good. Excellent. We've made it to the Hawk Watch.
You guys head towards Greenwood?
Sure are.
You want to get there by dark or stop somewhere?
Stop somewhere in between.
You know there's no water, right?
Yep. And there's a little vista out this way. But I'm thinking, once we swing around this tree, get out onto this stone pile, it should really open up for us. You know, once again, great job, Trail Club. These steps are a lot nicer than loose rocks rolling around. And there it is. Beautiful out across here. And right around the corner from that, this is Saucer's stone pile here. Get you over here to the sign. Saucer's pile. Well, Saucer, you have an incredible thing going on here. In a little here. Hope the wind's not destroying the sound too bad. We're getting blown around a good bit, but it's worth it. It's worth it for a view like this. It's pretty severe, so we're gonna get our fill up here and then head down to hopefully some good camping. Hopefully. We'll make the best of it. But this is worth it. Here's just the view from the other end of this stone pile. Out on it, the wind was, I mean, it was literally pushing us back. And I'm a 225, 230 pound man, so it's pretty severe out there. This ledge that we've been walking on is only like 15, 20 foot wide for the most part, so we're hoping wherever we come to camp is a little wider than that. Where it might be a little bit of a rough night if this wind keeps up. So after the wall, we drop down to the backside of this mountain, which is a lot more protected from the winds. Pretty section of trail through here. We're hoping there's a place to camp here before we get up to Willie's window. The only concern is, if you can see looking around, there's a lot of dead stuff that has fallen, and a lot of dead stuff that's still standing. So with the winds like they are, we're hoping wherever our campsite is a lot better than that, because that would just be dangerous.
All right, we made it to the Willie's window register, so we know from here on out there's not going to be any good camping opportunities. So this is Willie's window vista, which is okay, but certainly seen far better on this trail. So with that, we're going to head back the way we came, and right now we're thinking probably the best place is going to be camp on that flat right behind the wall. It seemed to be the most protected area, so that's what we're going to shoot for. Okay, so we made it back to where the trail comes down from the wall. It's literally right there. As you can see, we've got that ledge. It's kind of protecting us from the wind coming from that way. So we got here, and we've looked around as best we can for any widowmakers and for dead trees. There is a couple, but we've tried to minimize that as much as possible. The biggest ones.
A lot less than half a mile out.
Yes, for sure.
Every tree was dead.
Yeah, there was tons because the wind could whip across there a lot easier. So this is going to be nice. I think Dave's going to set up right in here. And then I'm going to sling out between this tree and this tree right here with the hammock. And I'm thinking in the morning I'm going to be able to wake up to a view right out through this hole of the sunrise. And I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, this is, at least for us at this particular day, is a pretty decent campsite. We're going to be able to make this work. There is a small fire ring here. Apparently someone saw fit to try to burn their seat. I don't know what the deal was with that, but there's a nice log right here that's going to make a perfect sitting bench tonight. So that'll, definitely appreciate that. But overall, it's not huge by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to be big enough for the two of us to make it work. Definitely probably better for hammocks in this particular area. Lots of trees that you could hang off of. A little bit more difficult for tents, but Dave's going to be able to make this work pretty easily.
Flat enough.
So we're going to get stuff set up and get everything, start airing out in the day and start to relax a little bit, because we've been pushing hard for the past 4 days and looking forward to resting a little while.
All right, so we've got everything mostly set up. Got some clothes drying out. Caleb's got his hammock set up. Found a really nice place for my tent. Trail's close, but not right on it. The wind seems to have died down just a little bit, so we're hoping that's blowing past. But even if not, we feel pretty protected in here. I don't know about his hammock. Looks like he's got a pretty good setup on it. I'm real confident that my tent's going to be able to handle anything the night might throw at us. So we're looking forward to relaxing tonight. Didn't get to do that any last night, and it'll sure be nice. Sure be nice to do tonight.
Tonight on the menu for me, I got cheddar chipotle shells with chicken. It's friggin' delicious. Dave, what you got going on over there?
I've got white cheddar queso with some little bites of pepperoni I dropped in.
Oh yeah.
Also friggin' delicious.
Yeah, I had that meal a couple days ago and it is delicious.
I'd say it's my favorite.
Yeah, I would agree. I like the queso. I like the queso rice. It's delicious.
Perfect with pepperoni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pair that with pepperoni and it's just fantastic. It's great to have a warm meal in a pretty nice campsite, all things considered. It's dry, but great accommodations here. If I can look over, the moon is out. Looks to be full or pretty near if it's not. And that is just gorgeous. Alright, so at Dave's suggestion, I said, why don't we go up to the wall, watch the tail end of the sunset. And Dave, I think it was a good idea. Good thinking. So we're just gonna sit here and enjoy the twilight and finish off supper. Beautiful way to end the day. All right, everybody. So today was a pretty successful day. We were able to get actually 3 miles ahead of schedule thanks to our long night hike the other night, ripping off a 23-mile day, which was a new PR, so that was pretty wild. But yeah, today was great. Lots of rock formations, really interesting sections of trail. Just really nice. The beginning didn't start out too great today, just with some road walking and then just plain woods, but the back half of the day was just chock full of just amazing rock formations, walking in and out of, and the climb up here to the Hawk Watch was really cool. I mean, it was tough, but it was nice getting up here, checking out that Hawk Watch, and then the Saucer Stone Pile was just an incredible vista. And then when we got to the wall, I mean, it was blowing really bad, but when we got down here to camp, found camp just right below the wall, which worked great. Dave's got a pretty good spot, and I've got an awesome hang here, way better than both of our setups are way better than last night. So we're really fortunate there, and the wind has died down a lot from what it was, and we're set up on the back side of the mountain, so it's keeping us pretty well protected anyway. I think we've got about 14 more miles to go, and then we will have successfully completed our 84-mile through hike of the Standing Stone Trail, which would be our longest to date. So we're definitely looking forward to that, and looking forward to what else the trail has to offer us tomorrow. So with that, I think we're going to hit the hay. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for day 5.
Morning, everybody. It's a little after 6 o'clock. Still a little nippy out. Last night wasn't bad, but about 4 o'clock this morning, got a little cold. Had a chill, which I guess is normal. Reports from the tree taco over there said it was the same way. So, we're hoping to get an early start today. Looking good. I already had breakfast, got my clothes and my contacts in the sleeping bag with me, warming them up. Nothing like sticking a cold contact on your eye in the morning. But it's 14 miles today, so we're hoping we can knock that out and get home at a reasonable hour. My ankle's a little stiff again this morning, I can feel, but I'm expecting it to be kind of the same as yesterday. Probably loosen up after I get a few miles on it. So we're going to come out to a few vistas here right off the bat. Pretty excited about all that. Then I think in about a little over 5 miles we're going to hit the Turkey Trail, and after that every step will be a PR. So we're pretty excited for that. Not a bad view to wake up to. Sun poking over the mountain, coming up through the trees. I just made a small cairn right here beside the trail, right at the campsite. You know, coming around the turn here, it's kind of real easy to miss. So there's a nice little stack of rocks to let people know there's a campsite here.
Okay, we're coming out to Little Vista. Which, other than Willie's windows, our first vista of the day. Little Vista. Greenwood Furnace, 7 miles. Oh yeah.
Just nice open woods along the ridge top here. Still not real wide across this point, so you know, when the wind gusts up, it still gets us, but it's pretty nice walking so far. Came up onto a rocky platform here, and there's another nice vista. Just been littered with these today. Walking along this ridge top. Most of them aren't super spectacular, but just the whole way along, get a nice view.
Just vistas after vista, like that. On this big rocky ledge. You can see this side. And you can see over here to the west as well. Very nice. Very interesting section of trail here. Very windy, but very interesting. So right along the trail, found this old structure. Bench in here.
Had a roof at one point.
Huh.
Fireplace or what it is out the back.
Yeah. I don't know what this used to be. Old trapper's cabin or something, but really neat. We're here at the intersection with the pole trail, Turkey Hill Road, half mile off to the left.
Icelandic frozen seafood hat.
Icelandic frozen seafood, someone left up here. Turkey Trail 2.4, Greenwood Furnace, 5 miles. Excellent.
All right, we're coming out to
power line here, expecting it to be somewhat of a vista. It's awfully rocky through here, so I'm kind of watching my step. If the camera work just got a little wonky there, I apologize. Much like we thought. That's pretty nice, and I'm not even up in the middle of it yet. Yeah, that is.
That's nice.
It's an artificial view, but it sure is a nice one. That's just one side.
Excellent balance.
Excellent balance. Alright folks, there's a sign here. Caleb tells me it reads Big Valley Vista. And he did not lie. It is aptly named.
That is a big valley.
Because this is a big valley. So we are a half mile from the Stone Valley Vista, 2.5 miles from Greenwood Furnace, and even more importantly for us, this is the intersection with the Turkey Trail. So every step from here on out is further than we have ever gone on a backpacking trip. I think we've earned wherever we're going to go get that big burger from this trip.
I agree. As we slice through this mountain laurel, come out here and are rewarded with a really nice vista. Very nice. Yeah, there's another one off right up here, Dave says. Okay, here is Stone Valley Vista. There's the trail register for it. Down there, there's Dave looking all triumphant. And I spy down there, Lake Greenwood Furnace.
2 miles from it.
That's where we're headed. Excellent. Alright, at long last, we have made it. We've made it down to Greenwood. Here's the road. An old church here off to our left. Looks quite nice. Very well maintained. Yeah, we do have a crosswalk. That's nice. So Dave, gawking around, looking for where we need to go, just went ahead and tramped right in that puddle. Oh, let's get a good look at him. Oh my goodness gracious. Dave, what are you thinking? Oh, we weren't even supposed to cross. We're idiots. It's over here. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Stepped in a puddle for no reason.
Well, at least we did. Well, at least we did that so Dave could step in that puddle. All right. Don't see any other signage. I'm just going to continue straight. Okay, so we're crossing this footbridge. So as you, I think the reason that it's not labeled real well is because originally that was the end of the trail.
Couple of them. There's a real
Oh wow, there is a really big one.
right in the middle.
Let me try to zoom in. Right there is a real big trout. Huh. And there's a small one behind it. That's cool.
See all that nature tail.
Good spotting, Dave. Good spotting. But, so, as I was saying originally, I don't think it's super well marked what to do from here because that was originally the end of the trail. But basically, you just kind of follow that road down and you'll see this walking path to get on. And then you'll come over, and you'll cross the road again, and right over there, you'll see on that pine tree is a blaze, and then there's a placard on back where we'll continue on with the spur. But for now, we're headed this way because we know there's a bathroom with running water and picnic tables down here. Bathrooms are over here, and we are hoping that they're open. All right, the sun is shining down on us. It's beautiful fall day down at Greenwood Furnace, and we're very thankful. This is our final lunch of the trip. Got a nice picnic table to sit on in the sunshine. For me today, I've got a multi-grain flatbread with yellowfin tuna, soaked in olive oil to get some extra calories. Some Jif to go with pretzels. I like these pretzel twists for on the trail just because they seem to hold up better than regular pretzels. Just a beef and cheese stick, another granola bar, and some fruit gummies. And to top it all off, I got some Propel water I just mixed up because we didn't drink near enough coming down off of there, but
We did not.
that's behind us now. All right, Dave, what's your final lunch rundown?
I got multigrain flatbread. I'm gonna squeeze some Spam on there, some raisins, Jif granola bar, some cream cheese crackers, Scooby-Doo gummies, and I added some pepperoni bites the last 2 days just because we're getting so far in. I figured I needed the extra calories.
Excellent. Yes. One tip definitely recommend there for a while. A couple years ago, our lunches were not nearly as
They were terrible.
large as they are now, and we paid the price for it. We would run out of energy and just
Crash.
run out of gas about 3-4 o'clock and struggle to make it to camp. So having this smorgasbord helps keep us fueled, keeps us moving down the trail to push all the way through to supper time. So not saying you got to eat this, but
You gotta eat something.
make sure you get proper amounts of calories in because you're going to need it when you're doing activities like this. So we're going to dig in and enjoy our final lunch on the Standing Stone Trail. Just off of the trail, it's this nice little display going over furnaces that they used to operate here at Greenwood Furnace. How they were built, how they function, which is pretty neat. Then over here is one of the old furnaces, iron smelting furnaces. And there was I think the original one was right there behind that tree. And then they rebuilt this one to be better. It's pretty cool. And we're back on the Standing Stone. Greenwood Spur. Fire Towers. 2.8 miles. Alright. Good.
That's off pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got a pretty decent ascent. And then this is the plaque they've got here at Greenwood. Trail of the Year 2016. Standing Stone Trail.
So we're just heading along. It's kind of a narrow path just carved into the side of the mountain. Pretty steep drop off down to a stream there. It's a decent uphill. Pretty well graded for you. But it definitely warmed us up. Got us out of the wind too. Beautiful section of trail through here. This last section here is not giving up. It's giving us one last fight with this hill. back into the rocks a little bit.
So we just crossed the old road back there, and it has brought us right to the base of the fire tower. When you come out on that road, not any good signage which way to go. You just keep going straight like you'd think you would, and it brings you right here to the fire tower. You can't see it right now because it's a tree in the way, but get around the other side of this big old pine tree. Broad Mountain Fire Tower. This is the highest point on the standing stone, right here. Big old fire tower. Coming down the back side of Broad Mountain, ran into a short side trail. It says view 300 feet. Like, all right, well, that's not that far, so we'll come out here and see if it's worth it. I think it was.
I think so.
That's nice.
Colors are finally starting to go for us.
All right, we're coming down to the road. Remember this from when Dave and I were scouting out up here where to actually go park at. There's a scenic view of the one we just came from, 20 miles. We just come down onto the road, cross over here, and we begin pretty healthy descent down here. We figured there would be, looking at it from the car when we drove by. Seeger Natural Area. 0.8 miles. Looking forward to checking that out because that looked beautiful when we were driving through it.
It's a beautiful section right through here.
Okay, we're in this beautiful natural area. Just crossed the road. It's worth mentioning here's two pavilions right here. If it was raining or something, you could pull up underneath, lots of picnic tables, have lunch, just wait it out. And also, if I remember right, you'd walk down this road, take the next left, maybe a quarter mile. I believe there's a bathroom there if you needed to make use of that. But this is gorgeous. And look how big these trees are. When I think about out west, big timber, this is the sort of stuff I think about. And it's really cool that we're able to still see stuff like this here in Pennsylvania. I mean, these are just some massive trees. Really, really neat. This area definitely did not disappoint.
Got a great little bridge built for us. It's actually got an arch in this second section here, you'll see. It's a pretty good bridge. A really, really beautiful little stream running under it. Yeah, you don't get water much clearer than that. Cutting down through the laurel.
look at the size of this tree that we found. I mean, there's Dave. Give you some kind of reference for how big this is. It's just a massive tree. This big fella has been there for an awfully long time. Okay, so we just crossed the road down there. I think it was Stone Green Road. Still going on the Standing Stone. There is a small campsite right here. I think there's water back there if you need. I think this is out of the natural area. If not, this campsite's illegal. But as long as we are out of the natural area, I have to cross-reference with the map. This wouldn't be a bad spot. A couple flat spots. You could get a tent or two in there, and then there's some hammocking options that you can make work. Still hiking through all this laurel, came across this small waterfall. It's very pretty. There's just beautiful water sources all through this section. Still hiking on. Got another beautiful section of stream. Very easy to access from the trail if you need to get some water. And right on the other side, it's by far the biggest campsite we've seen in terms of a primitive site. They've got all kinds of seating, opportunities for both hammocks and some tents.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, this is really close to the end of the trail, but I guess if you were hiking the Great Eastern Trail, this would be noteworthy that there are several other sites we've also passed through this section. All right, folks, the end is in sight. Right here, where we link back up with the Mid-State Trail, and the Standing Stone Trail ends. Awesome. Yep, this is Standing Stone Greenwood Spur.
Mid-State south, Mid-State north.
Mid-State continues north that way, and Dave pointed out to the south that way. All right, everybody, that brings us to a successful conclusion of our Standing Stone northbound through hike. Really glad we were able to rip this off in the days we had planned and be able to set a new PR as far as hiking. Long mileage, that was definitely good.
About 10 miles. 10 miles more than the last longest one we've done.
We're thinking our next goal was to try to break 100, so this was a nice intermediate step to be able to do that. Highly recommend this trail as far as the vistas, and you can day hike into a lot of them, be able to enjoy them that way. But
as a through hike right now, it needs a little work.
It does.
Camping in a few sections was a little sparse, but obviously we're here, so it's possible.
Yeah, the signage and blazing and everything was great, but the campsites is just kind of hard right now in the state that it's in, with a lot of game lands and, some private ground. But if they can work on that, getting some more campsites established, this definitely has opportunity to be one of the premier hiking trails in the state. So with that, we'll leave you folks, and as always, have fun, be safe, and embrace the uphill. Till next time, this is Vista Ventures.